The scene before you is an empty classroom. The final bell will ring, and Tandy, a young person with a rather unfortunate nickname, will enter really neatly and dressed appropriately.
And they'll surprise you all as well. Just wait and see. There he is now.
All right.
Good afternoon. Although I don't think any of you will be capable of finding the goodness in it. And we're missing one. Jeeker, sir, do you want your toy back, Mr. Heaney? Or do you want another week's worth of after-school detention on top of this one? Oh, I didn't think so. Right. You all know what's brought you here today. And for the next hour, you will think long and hard about why you're here. And you will use this opportunity to fill in each and every blank space you can see on this page. Front and back.
Yoo-hoo!
Yes.
What if I need more than just the one page, sir?
Well, in that case, you just take 4 more pages. 3. Filled in, front to back.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Mr. McLaughlin.
Sir, I'm really sorry, but I didn't mean to do it.
Mr. McLaughlin, let me stop you right there. What you're about to say belongs on that sheet of paper. Now, I don't want to hear another word for the next hour. Oh, and it looks like we have an extra hard worker at the back of the class here. Hand me that piece of paper. Go and get the bin. Excuse me, did I stammer? Crumple it up. Put it in the bin. Aye. Now take 5 of those sheets and go and sit there. I've worked at this school for 35 years, and I've seen boys and girls like yourselves come and go. Smart. That's what you are. Thinking you can get away with things. And the way things are going, you probably have. But not here. For here, you'll face the consequences of your actions, and you will learn that the world doesn't turn for you. In the great scheme of things, you're just small bits in the big machine. And I don't want to hear another word. At the end of the hour, all those sheets will be filled in, and if they're not adequately full, then you will stay here until I deem that they are. Then they will follow Sorry, what was your last name again?
Bradley?
Bradley. Then they will follow Miss Bradley's scribbles into that bin. And you will repeat the process tomorrow and the next day and the day after that until Friday evening. Then maybe you'll find out what kind of people you are. It's 7 minutes past 3. I'd make a start if I were you.
It's 8:30 the next morning, and we're in the principal's office.
Mrs. Emma McDaid. Now, she's sound. And Sir, He loves this bit, getting to give her an update on all his pupils.
Hello. Yes. Grand, yeah. No, I hear you. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. Well, how did the boys and girls get on in detention yesterday?
Well, the standard of the work was unacceptable within the hour, which was only to be expected for their level. It took 3 of them an extra hour, and the last boy another half hour on top of that.
What?
The work ethic is atrocious, and the acting out in class, so close to the exams, it's absolutely ridiculous.
No, that is unacceptable, Paul. So where does it leave you now in the run-up, and how are they feeling about their exam prep?
Well, the test results are coming back good, but some students could always do better. The final push starts now.
And how are you for time?
Oh, it's tight, but efficient. You know how it is at this time of the year. I'll be starting additional after-school lessons next week.
Well, what if I told you could start this week?
Well, I could, but would mean me stepping away from my detention duty.
Oh, and I know you take a pride in the work you do with them after school.
That's because it works, Emma.
And I have nothing to say about your track record, Paul. In fact, I couldn't fault it. The academic improvement across the board speaks for itself. But I have come to a decision, and I do think they need a different type of influence.
I sure can't fully believe what the principal is saying.
What kind of influence?
Well, what I mean is less of an iron fist and more of a guiding hand. Paul, do you understand what these young people are facing every day? And with the cost of living crisis, it has made matters just worse. We're talking about domestic abuse, paramilitary gangs, addiction. And do you see these 4 young people, Paul? They are at an even greater risk because there's people out there willing to take advantage of them and their families. And I'm not saying that education's a silver bullet, but we need to be providing them with some sort of opportunity when they leave here.
I understand. My father rarely said no to the narrow end of a bottle. But a guiding hand, a soft guiding hand, which you know they'll take advantage of and use to do as little work as possible. If you give them that kind of opening, they'll take it, and you know it.
Are you doubting me, Paul?
Yes.
Oh dear, that's a bad answer, sir.
Can the additional support lessons start this week?
I suppose they could.
Paul, I trust you, and I really do hope we can come to some sort of an understanding on this.
Who's taking my place?
So Ms Heaney
Emma!
will take over with the boys and the girls for the rest of the week. And I know you've had your dealings with her in the past, but my decision's made. And at this time, and for these children, she is what they need.
It's the end of an hour-boring day. The bell will ring. School's finished for most.
And Ms Heaney, she's going to arrive on, and I think she's in her early 30s.
I find it hard to tell woman's age.
Anyway, she's actually been on here a few times herself before, and it's fair to say that. She'll come on, and she'll walk around, and she'll mentally prepare herself for who's going to walk on that door today. And believe it or not, she's actually looking forward to it.
Oh, sorry. Hello. Okay. My name's Ms Heaney. I don't think I've met any of you yet.
Where's Sir?
I'll be taking over from Sir for the rest of the week.
You're on the way, Miss Heath.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Right. So, what did Sir have you doing for your first session yesterday?
He had us writing out why we're here.
Full page, front and back.
5 for me, actually.
Oh, and how did you all get on with that?
I was in here for 2 hours.
I mean, it was okay.
And, oh, sorry, what are your names?
Rian, Erin,
Jason.
but everyone calls him Tandy.
Tendy? Why tendy?
Because the way his feet point when he stands, like a clock. 10 to 2.
It's the ones that hurt the most that stick with us. But if you don't mind a wee bit of stick, it'll slide off you in no time. And trust me, I've heard a lot worse. Right, it looks like we have one unwilling giver in the class. And at this point, I'm wondering, should I guess or just make one up for him? Right, so there's a wee bit of life in you yet. What music are you listening to? Oh, what music are you listening to?
Rage Against the Machine.
Oh, do you know much about them?
No.
No? Right, well then let's see. Rage Against Machine. They were an American band that took rap, punk, funk, and metal and squashed it into one big thing. Some of the songs will blow your head off coming from the right sound system, as I'm sure you're aware of. They were also very powerfully anti-establishment and as rebellious against the times as it gets. What about you? Fancy yourself a rebel? I didn't get your name there.
Callum.
Callum. Brilliant, Callum. Now, if you don't mind parking the headphones, it's just until we're done here today. It would be a really big help to me. Then we can get started on our work.
If it's anything like yesterday, these are going nowhere.
Oh, well, you see, that's where yous are all in luck. I have absolutely no intentions of carrying out Sir's work. It didn't work for me in my day, and Mrs. McDaid doesn't think it'll work for yous either.
Miss,
Yes,
did you go to school here?
I did indeed. And I had Sir for me teacher for all the good that did me. I wasn't like everybody else. And I don't think that yous are either. So, we're going to take a different approach. Instead of busting your hands writing lines and lines on paper for it to end up in that bin with not a care for what was actually written on them, we're just going to talk.
Just talk.
No, Erin, not just talk. There may or may not be some activities along the way. Right, come on, make a wee semicircle.
Miss,
Yes,
are we not here to be punished?
you're here to learn, Jason. And your first lesson is this. Hit the books or the books will hit you. What does this mean to any of you? No, darling, you don't need to write it down, just shout it out.
Miss, is this a joke? You taking the hand out of me?
No. This is not a reference to the incident that put you in that chair. What do you want from your life?
What?
What do any of yous want from your lives?
Pile of money would be nice.
Oh, I'd want to live in a big house in America or something.
No, I'm not talking about materialistic pursuits. Come on, I need you to dig deep. What is it that makes your heart race? That sends shivers down your spine, that stretches that corner of your mouth from ear to ear?
No, I'm out of here.
Hi, Callum, you're free to go. But you can either sit here with me and chat or spend the rest of the week and possibly more with Sir. Callum, what do you want to be?
I want to be a DJ.
Brilliant. And Jason, what about you? Oh, Callum, go on, take your seat for me, please. Thank you.
I don't want to say, miss.
Stand up.
What?
Come on, up on your feet. Out here where there's more room. Come on. You need to shake yourself. Come on. See, when I'm tense like you, I shake. And don't stop until you're loose, okay? Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Nice
Shake
moves,
it out.
Tendy.
Miss, go and stop.
Come on, Jay. I'm good at the long game, so come on, just tell me.
I want to be a dancer, miss.
A dancer? Brilliant. I like your moves. Now take a wee seat, Paddy Swayze.
Who's that?
That is a whole other lesson altogether. Erin, what about you? Are we going to have a song and dance for you too?
I want to be a writer. Poetry, to be more specific.
And who's your favourite poet?
Eminem.
Rian, what about you, darling? What do you want to be?
I want to draw.
I can see that. God, you're really good. Do you mind if I put this up? Thank you. Right. Now you have your dreams. How do we get there? Now it's all about increasing your odds. I've been told that your schoolwork has taken a wee bit of a dip in the last few weeks, and well, it isn't great time when your GCSE's coming up. So, your first step is this. And I wish somebody had told me this when I was your age.
Miss,
Yes.
there's a few boys on my street. They have no job, no GCSEs, and they have more money than you. Tell me this, why should I do what they're doing?
Well, I'm not too sure to what you're referring to there, Callum, but I'll assume it's in reference to some form of crime or drug dealing. But Callum, see what these boys do is they make it look glamorous. I mean, you might really like the look of their fancy car or see that they're on a holiday every other week. But crime doesn't pay, and it can't pay you enough when you eventually get caught or worse and end up dead.
Right. Teachers love this bit, don't they? Full tilt on the interactive whiteboard. See using the word at the back? Pay attention.
Learn as much as possible.
Yep. Even if you don't think that it's relevant to what you want to do, please be eager to learn everything you can about anything you can. Do your best at GCSEs, and then if you want to stay on in school, do your best at A-levels. And then, when you leave school,
Say yes to every opportunity.
yep, this is a big one. An open door you may not want to walk through could lead you to the door handle you have always wanted to get your hand on.
Failure will happen.
Anybody that you have ever looked up to got to where they are because they pushed through the rejection that broke them. Don't be discouraged. See if you get pushed back, push forward harder.
Go above and beyond with everything you do.
This one speaks for itself. Don't waste a second of your life. Always find a way to improve and do better. And see if you do all these things, you might get your dream. You might get to be a poet. You might get to be an artist. You might get to be a DJ. And you might get to be a dancer. And at least you'll have given yourselves a pretty good chance at it. Any questions?
What's your dream, miss?
That's our first lesson done today. I'll see you all tomorrow.
The tables are about to turn. The student becomes a master, or tries to at least.
Refreshing ideas aren't always welcome. They can get under the nose of those who've been there before.
Come on. Sir, is there something I can help you with?
Oh, I'll not take up much of your time, Ms Heaney. I'm just here to say that I think your methods are a waste of time. More of a hindrance than a help.
Well, it wouldn't be like you to be straightforward. Thank you, sir. I'll be sure to make a wee note of that.
I'll be paying close attention to the performance of those 4 pupils in their classes on the run-up to the exams. Their academic achievement is the priority, not playing silly games with them after school.
Sir, are you spying on us?
One toe out of line, Ms Heaney, and I'll be here to take over from your unusual teaching methods.
Look, sir, I remember you and you remember me, and we didn't get on the best. And you probably think that your teaching method of bitting the discipline and the young people got me to where I am today. Well, you couldn't be more wrong. I'm here in spite of you. These students need someone that don't just care about what grade ends up on a sheet at the end of the year. They have a whole life beyond that, and well, I think it's a part of our job to care about that as well.
For 30 years, my students have left this school and went on to excel in their chosen fields of study. Doctors, engineers, teachers.
And the ones who got left behind. Tell me, sir, who is it that's responsible for those young people? You know, the ones who leave here with barely any qualifications to their name because they didn't get the guidance they needed, left totally vulnerable. Sir, we're the ones who are supposed to help them make better choices for their lives.
Well, I'm told that's where you come in. And when this experiment fails, I'll be ready to take over.
Day 3 and the detention stalls. What's this? Looks like he's going off the book completely.
I'm squirming a bit. This could get messy. Rookie mistake.
I want you to have a look at this for a bit and then tell me what you think of it. Come on up, get it closer up, come on.
Miss, it'd be easier if you just told us what it meant.
That's not the point, stupid. She wants to know what we think on her own.
Don't be calling me stupid.
It's just a man sitting at a dock.
Aye, but look, he has his bag. He must be going somewhere.
He's on his own. Maybe he's waiting on someone.
The lighthouse isn't on.
Oh, aye. You're right.
I mean, the time of day this set would mean the lighthouse would be on. And look at the sea too, it doesn't look safe. If that's a boat he's sticking to, he's bit.
What do you think it's supposed to mean?
Determination in the face of uncertainty.
I should have guessed you'd get it. Right, you can all take your seats for me. Thank you. What are some of the challenges that you are facing in your lives at the minute? It could be anything, big or small.
People don't understand my art.
She can actually speak.
People make fun of me because of my feet. I couldn't imagine what they would say if I told them I want to dance.
Aye, you're lucky I haven't told anybody yet.
Why are you being such a dickhead?
Wise up, Aaron.
Guys, come on, you need to calm down.
No, miss, it's not on. They should be able to say stuff without him butting in. Did anybody teach you manners in the house?
Don't be talking about my family.
Callum, please sit down. Please.
Bunch of criers.
Erin, what about you?
Well, if there's one thing I'm a bit embarrassed about, it's this.
What is it?
It's my only book of poems and stories. I'm fascinated by the recent conflict of this place and how it's affected my generation. That's mostly what I write about.
You haven't a clue.
Callum, I hope you're not busy after this today. I want you to stay here when everybody else leaves. Erin, when did you get the bug for writing?
There was this older man. He came into our primary school and told us these stories about Irish myths and legends. He was just so into it. I was really shy and I didn't have many friends, and I think he could tell that, so he brought me up to the front of the class and made up a story for me on the spot. We have so many days in primary school and we probably forget about 95% of them, but I never forgot that day.
And what was the story about?
It was weird. It was about this fairy tree on its own in the middle of a field. One day the fairies brought it out and brought it to a forest. They thought it looked happier there.
It sounds to me like he wasn't just making up a story.
No, I don't think he was.
Erin, I would love to read your writing sometime.
No, miss, it's not good enough.
Who's this?
Is it supposed to be someone, miss?
Not necessarily, but in this instance, yes. This person is you, and you. Yous are all at the start of a journey, one that's unique to you, one where you might not even have a guide. And the path is uncertain and scary. But it was an Irish poet by the name of Brendan Conghaile that said, actually, I would love it if you read this with me. I'll go first. Begin the loneliness that cannot end, since it perhaps is what makes us begin.
Begin to wander at unknown faces, at crying birds in the sudden rain.
At branches stark in the willing sunlight, at seagulls foraging for bread, couples sharing a sunny secret, alone together while making good.
Though we live in a world that dreams of ending, that always seems about to give in.
Something that will not acknowledge conclusion, insists that we forever begin. That we forever begin. The challenges that you are facing in your lives at the minute are nothing against the fight you have inside of you. So see, even if it looks like the water could swallow you up, see, even if you think that your writing's not good enough, get in that boat and head towards what it is that you really want. Go to a dance class. The night and the town. It's your homework. And I know that Eminem's your favourite poet, but Ms Heaney could give him a run for his money. Here, poetry slam event this weekend, please go to it. And a music hothouse style event. Callum, music's better with friends. And last but not least, an art collective that meets every week in the town. Now, I don't want you to get a lift. I want you to walk to it, because then you can have a look at some of the street art. I mean, Rian, why couldn't you contribute to that? I can really see it, you know. Now, get on your wee boats and head on out there. Good luck on your journeys. Callum, can you hang back for a minute? Is everything okay, Callum?
You don't talk about people's families.
And you don't ridicule people either, especially when they're opening up like we've been doing.
I see that whole open up thing. My dad would give me a clap across the ear if he found about any of this, or my music, and her talk about the conflict. She hasn't a clue.
She's entitled to write about her own experience.
What experience?
And what's yours? You're a bit too young to have been there yourself.
I get my history from my granda, and he's more qualified than her to talk about it. He said that whole PTSD crack's a load of nonsense.
Well, my father would tell you differently. Callum, have a seat, please. Looking back at the past is important, but everybody's experience of the conflict was different. And the world's changed. This place has moved on, and it is moving on. Look, we all want to make here a better place for the next generations. A place where conflict and division is no longer the norm. And well, people can resolve their issues peacefully and reach their full potential. Look, Callum, I think it is great that you have such an interest in knowing more about your history. Somebody actually said to me once that the past can help you understand your present, but more importantly, it can give us a wee idea of where we're going in the future. And Callum, see, when it comes to you, I really hope you're going towards respect for your classmates and towards like-minded people. Jason, how'd you get on last night in your dance class?
Good. The instructor was amazing.
Oh, brilliant. Girls, I hope you get on just as well at the weekend.
That's if I make it. I can't wait.
That's the spirit there, Rian. Go and do me a favour. Go and lend Erin a wee bit of confidence before we leave here today. Right, we'll just have to start without him.
Thank God.
Hi, we're all in this together.
Try to tell him that, miss.
Right, today we're going to have a wee bit of a difficult conversation around what put you on those chairs for the week. Rian, could you start us off? What brought you to detention?
Oh, mister, I have to.
Come on, just start with, I'm here this week because...
I'm here this week because Mr. Martin didn't like my art project and he failed me. He said it didn't make any sense, so I painted all over his whiteboard.
Right. And do you think if Mr. Martin had understood your art, that maybe you wouldn't be sitting here today? Erin, what about you?
I got into a fight with a girl on a trip.
How did it start?
We were talking about politics. It was a cross-community class trip.
Right. So let me ask you this. Who started the argument and who started the fight?
She started the argument. I started the fight. But she ended up worse off.
Why? What happened there?
She ended up busting her nose, but you should have heard some of the things she was coming out with. It was disgusting.
Right. So do you think that if she didn't start that argument that you wouldn't have ended up on here with me? Mm-hmm. Okay. And Jason, what has brought you under detention this week? You're lit. But thank you for joining us. We're just discussing why you have been given detention. Jason, what brought you here this week?
Miss, I really didn't mean to do what I did.
What did you do?
I flipped my table and stormed out, but it hurt Lewis. He was sitting in front of me and he had to go to the hospital.
And why did you flip the table?
Look, if my dad knew that I went to a dance class, he wouldn't be happy. He hasn't been himself lately. I think you got to lend the money off the wrong people, and then I come on here and just get slagged constantly. I hate that stupid nickname.
I'm really sorry to hear about your father, but I do have to ask. Do you think if all of that wasn't happening in your life that you wouldn't have flipped that table?
Miss, what's your point?
Sorry, Callum, you were that quiet. I didn't think the rest of the class heard you.
I mean, what's the point in this?
The point in this is to get you to realise that, see, when you throw a book at a teacher in the middle of a classroom, it's nobody else's fault but your own. And the same goes for the rest of yous. The point in this is to take a bit of responsibility for your own actions. Ask for help if yous need it, but don't just blame everybody else.
You deserved it.
Right, up you skip. Come on, let's go. Tables, chairs, side of the room. Come on, we don't have all day, let's go. Right, boys, I need you to pair up. Girls, same thing. Jason, I want you to stand in front of Callum with your back to him. And Rian, I want you to do the same with Aaron. Rian, you're going to fall backwards, and Aaron, you're going to catch her.
Miss, right there.
It's a trust fall, so you're going to have to trust her. Now, don't tell her when you're going to do it. Just fall. Aaron, your job is to be ready whenever she does, in your own time, girls. Thank God. Aaron, let me ask you this. If Rian had fallen backwards and you weren't ready to catch her, whose fault would that have been?
It would have been mine.
Exactly, because you wouldn't have been ready. It is so easy to start pointing your fingers at everybody else when something goes wrong. But what could you yourself have done better? You always start there. Right, boys, your turn, same thing. Come on. Callum!
Sorry, 10 days. Sometimes you fall in life. Sounds like something you'd say, miss.
I'm sick of listening to you.
Flop on another table then.
Stop
Boys.
it. Just because your dad doesn't care about you doesn't mean you have to be that way for everyone else.
Aaron.
I'm sick of listening to you. Chatting about all this stupid stuff. You're in a wee book. Nobody cares. All this is pointless because I know I'm going to fail my exams. I went the results day my own last year and it'd be the same this year.
Guys, go on, please try to calm down. Come
You're
on.
just a bully with no respect for anyone.
And what do you think you know about me?
No, she's right. I actually like these classes. You just keep ruining it.
Stop it. You're good for nothing. Waste of space.
Well, then we can all waste the space together then results day. We're all in the same boat.
Stop. That's it, we're done the day.
But miss...
But nothing. I need you to take these with you. Class test results from this week. And I want every single one of you to have a long, hard look at them.
Miss,
Yes, Rian.
do you know if Mr. Martin's still in school?
I'm not sure why.
I just wanted to apologise for his whiteboard.
But the girls over in the office should know I would try there first.
Thank you, miss.
No, Rian, thank you.
Things aren't going to plan with Ms Heaney yesterday.
Definitely not. People said things. It got really heated.
Not very mature example for the reasons.
All right, Granda. Apologies to my own Granda.
Come on, Anne.
Julie,
Mrs. McDaid, sir.
call me Emma. You're here long enough now.
Where are the pupils, Miss Heaney?
They're running a wee bit late.
A bit late? More than a bit late, surely. Nearly 20 minutes. I don't think they're going to be here, Mrs. McDaid.
I think you're right, Paul.
No, they'll be here.
Sorry, Miss Heaney, I missed that.
I said they'll be here.
I'm sorry, Miss Heaney, we do not have the rest of the day. Emma, I think this tells you everything you need to know about Miss Heaney's methods.
What happened, Julie?
Well, yesterday was just a difficult session. Things got a wee bit heated when we were discussing why they were given detention.
And it took an entire hour for that.
It's a very delicate and complicated thing to unpack, sir.
Delicate, complicated. They broke the rules. They stepped out of line. They were punished. Emma, if you hadn't replaced me, I would have this sorted out by the end of the week.
Sir, look, with all due respect, you're talking about them like they're soldiers, and they're not. Aye, they've acted out and gotten themselves punished for it 100%, as they should. But why were they acting out? Their grades were slowly going down before they ended up on here with me. Could you tell me why that is, sir? Could it be to do with the fact that they don't fit in? They don't feel accepted for who they are, and nobody's listening to them. So go on ahead, sir. Go. Take a wee guess on why they're not doing as well in school than what we know they can.
Paul?
What I know is I have a 30-year track record of improving the academic achievement of the students at this school. My methods are sound, and I have the evidence to back that up. What have you got, Ms Heaney? I'll tell you what you've got. An empty class. I told you, if you hadn't replaced me with her, I would have had this sorted out by the end of the week.
Emma, can you have a wee look at them for me, please?
What are they?
It's their class test results from this week, compared to what they were getting over the 4 weeks, just there, before they started with me.
Paul, I think you would want to have a wee look at this. Folks, let's take a wee seat here.
Yep. And as you can see there, Paul, their grades have improved quite drastically. And that was achieved by them without writing lines and lines on paper for it to end up in the bin with not a care for what was actually written on them. You know, sir, there is one thing that we do agree on. Educational attainment is of the utmost importance for these students. But it's not a one-size-fits-all approach. Not for these pupils. And sir, you didn't answer my question. You know, about why they acted out, how they ended up on here with me. I can tell you both why. It's because they weren't being listened to. Do you think if you'd have spent the last 3 days on here with us, you would have found out that Rian is an unbelievable artist? Erin loves writing poetry, and Jason is some dancer. Callum really wants to be a DJ.
And what has all this got to do with exam results?
Paul, this is what it's got to do with it. Our job is so much more than getting grades out of them. Our duty of care runs deeper than that. Every single one of them is amazing, and all they needed was for somebody to make them feel like it was okay to be themselves and give them a bit of support whenever they need it.
This all sounds great. But the fact of this matter is that we have 4 pupils who have clearly skipped out on their detention. And if all what you're saying is true, then they would be here.
Sorry, we're late, miss. We were studying at the library and time got away from us.
No
All right, Miss McDaid.
Yes, Callum, how are you?
Aye, good, miss. Ready for our last lesson.
Great, great. And I hear yous have all been getting on great this week. And the exam results are proving that, and just in the nick of time, folks.
Yes, miss, we're in good hands.
Great, great. Ms Heaney, I think we've taken up enough of your time now, so sir, will we go?
Yes. Good to see your exam marks going up. Keep up the good work. Ms Heaney?
Sir? Did you hear any of that?
No, definitely not.
We heard enough, miss. Thank you.
No, thank yous. I was sweating there for a bit. Here, did you get a wee look at your results yesterday? Good. And I hope what happened yesterday can be put behind us.
It is, miss. I was chatting to Erin and Jay earlier. It's all in the past now. Turns out we've got a bit more in common than we thought. We've both got that, so we love us and love something else.
We've decided to be disappointing sons together.
Aye, something like that. Sure, Erin can write a poem about it.
It's already halfway done and you're not looking good in it at all.
Brilliant, guys. Ryan, how did you get on with Mr. Martin?
He accepted my apology. And it turns out he did like what I painted, even if it did ruin his board. He actually told me to go to the same art collective you told me about.
Brilliant. Right, guys, that brings us on to our last session today. Look, I'm not going to keep you too long because I don't really think I need to. In fact, I'll just say this. The only people that can stop yous from doing what yous want to do is yourselves. Take chances. Get your heart broken and learn how to put the pieces back together and keep on going. Your future is your future. Don't let anybody, and that includes yourselves, get in the way of that. Now, get out of here and enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you all around.
Miss, before we go, we weren't actually late because we were studying in the library. We went to get you a wee card as a thank you. It's from all of us.
Oh, geez, you're well good. Thank you. God, this must be the first time in the history of teaching where a teacher's gotten a card of her students after a week's worth of detention.
I think it'll be the first and the last.
Seriously, guys, thank you. And good luck with your exams next week. No bother D's. And please go to those groups and events, okay? I'll see you all around.
To Ms Heaney, from some of the school's current pupils to a past one.
Thank you for everything you've done this week.
We won't forget it.
From your favourite pupils.
We hope.
Well, that's it. All's well that ends well. And you know what? This is absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Ms Heaney has changed hearts, she's changed minds, and she's changed results.
I wish she was my teacher. I'd be a brain surgeon by now.
It's never too late, you know.
I'm going to stick to the writing. I don't mind it.
That's it. Right. Well, we get in our wee boats now and